As I prepare for my level 3 refrigeration midterm this week, I thought I would dial it way back and explain a basic refrigeration system for my non-trades related followers. So these systems, they work the same way regardless of whether it's your home AC or a walk-in cooler or freezer at a restaurant or even the fridge in your kitchen. They all basically work the same. Some have extra components, but the basic idea is the same. So we are taught that there are 4 basic components in a refrigeration system. And I like to argue that there's actually 6 because they can't function without the other 2. But anyway, so the 4 basic components are the compressor, which is like the heart of the system. It pumps refrigerant through the system. The second one is the condenser. And if you're looking at your home AC, that's going to be your outdoor unit. And its job is to reject heat energy into a space where it doesn't matter, like the outdoors. It doesn't matter if there's extra heat outside. The third component is your evaporator. That's sort of your indoor unit, and its job is to absorb heat energy. And the last component is the metering device, which sort of limits the flow of refrigerant by way of restriction. And that creates pressure drops and things so that refrigerant can do its job. The last 2 components that I think should be in a basic refrigeration system is the refrigerant itself that flows through and facilitates this transfer of heat energy. And lastly, the copper piping system that connects all of the pieces together. I think that makes a full system. So in a system, a refrigeration system, there is refrigerant, which sometimes is called Freon, which is fine. Freon is basically a brand name of refrigerant, kind of like saying Kleenex for tissues or like Q-tips for cotton buds. Anyway, Freon for refrigerant. Refrigerant is flowing through your system in 3 different states. It's either a liquid or a gas vapor, or it's a mix of those 2. It's a saturated mix of them. And that transfer of energy is what provides cooling. So the first law of thermodynamics states that energy cannot be created or destroyed, merely transferred. And that transfer of energy is what facilitates cooling. We don't create cooling, we only remove heat out of a space. A refrigeration system is a closed system, so topping it up with refrigerant is not a thing. It's not part of regular maintenance. You should never really have to top up a system. If you're finding that you have to top up your system, that means you have a refrigerant leak that needs to be found and repaired. Adding Freon isn't a thing that we do. So that's a super, super basic description of how a refrigeration system works. How cool is that? Human beings created that. Amazing. It blows my mind.